Welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we got our Space Marine pre-orders for next week. Let's take a look. Alright, here we got the Invader ATV. Overall, pretty cool model. I like the idea of it. It's like the new style of attack bike. Wish they would have done it like a little bit more off-roady looking. But you could say the same thing about the bikes too. So you just got to use your imagination or cut it up and lift it a little bit. Maybe put some blocks in there if you're running low on cash. Just joking, but 40 bucks on this one. United States dollars, USD, $40. Not bad, right in line with what you would expect for Games Workshop pricing. As far as game terms, I have a feeling it's going to be fairly useful. I think the speed is something good for the Primaris. They'd basically fill a couple gaps that they had. But I think the Outriders probably are going to end up doing a better job at it. But depending on the points and everything, we'll see how it all plays out. But again, any model is a cool model because it's one more than we had before. So even if you don't like it how it is, cut it up, make it better, and show them how they should have done it. The Firestrike Servo-turret, once again, cool model. I like it. This one's going to run 35 bucks. I'm not sure exactly how the rules are going to work with this one. I know the Tech Marine can like get off and actually move it, but I believe you'll be able to like drop them down. I think they're going to have like deep strike rules. And again, a couple weapons options. With the new multi-meltas for like that Invader ATV, if they can get that, that's going to be really good. Depending on what the options are for this, I'm assuming these guns are going to be pretty awesome. Probably similar to the stats for some of the other autocannons, like the newer style. I don't know if it'll actually have like the suppression of Overwatch special ability or how that's going to work exactly. I haven't seen like all the rules leaks or anything yet. So, but definitely cool overall. Priced, I think, right in line with what you would expect, right around like the Thunderfire cannon range. So. Chaplain on a bike, I think, is probably, in my opinion, the overall best of the new models. Obviously, like very cool looking, great detail. Looks a lot like the Chaplain that came in the Indomitus set. I like the book and the chains on top there and everything. I like the extra little bits of insignia they added and everything. This one's gonna run 45 bucks, which is right in line with the characters. Most of the characters are running 35, so that's like an extra 10 bucks to have the biker. I think that's pretty fairly priced overall, although it is surprising to see this priced higher than a vehicle. I would imagine that they'd be like a little more in line. Either this would be 40 bucks or the vehicle would be 45, but in any event, overall great model, great to have in the range, and I imagine it's going to be very good. Chaplains are very good this edition, so depending on how he's priced and everything, he's going to hit hard, be very mobile and fast, and offer a lot of cool benefits and abilities to the rest of your army. So I have a feeling we're going to see this guy all over the place. And obviously the new Codex. I don't know, you should be able to trade in your old Codex and get 50% off this one. I don't even think that last Space Marine Codex lasted like a whole year. Especially if you bought like all the expansions and the other ones and everything too. I mean, you got to feel like you really got screwed on this one. As far as Games Workshop's book publications are going, they've really got to get it together, because I mean they keep just like burning people with all these re-release codexes like nonstop and breaking every book into like 5 other books. I mean, I'm not here to complain about it. Overall, I'm glad they got a new codex and everything, but if they knew they were getting ready to roll this one out, I have no clue why they even bothered rolling out the last one. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous that they bothered to do that. They should have just released all the data sheets for free and, or put them out digitally or whatever, and then, gave you, like, if you bought the last codex digitally, or if you had the code from the last codex or something, you could get a discount on this one. I don't know, some kind of thing just to keep people happy. I know there's a certain number of people that just like to collect all the books or all the codexes or all the editions or whatever, but the majority of people, I think, are just going to get like aggravated, and then in the end all that's going to lead to is people just seeking out like free copies of it, or going online and getting it, or just getting like PDFs. So I think overall, if they don't do something to handle like their little book bloat, that they've been doing lately. I think people are going to start sourcing like alternative ways to get these books for free or copy them or whatever. So not the best handled in my opinion, and of course the price has gone up as well, so it's going to be $50 for this, I'm assuming, for the Necrons Codex as well, and then probably looking at like somewhere between 30 and 40 for like the expansion ones like Blood Angels and Space Wolves and all the other ones that come out. But they may bring them up to a full-size book as well and just charge $50 for them, so we'll have to see. That's just speculative, but again, I think a lot of people are probably glad that we're getting a new codex, but not too happy with the amount of time between the last Space Marine Codex and this one. So, and they don't actually show it, but the new data cards are coming out as well for Necrons and Space Marines. And once again, they jacked the price up. They went from 15 that they have been previously forever up to 25. So once again, not the best idea in my opinion. I understand they've got new printers and everything. Hopefully the quality is going to be at least as good or better. But once again, going from 15 to 25 is quite a step up. And I like to have the cards and everything like that, but I also play a lot of factions. So I just find myself buying less of their non-model products when they continually do this, especially when I'm expecting changes or new additions or whatever coming through. So that's my opinion. Warhammer Man in the studio, quick review. We'll get one out here for the Necrons as well. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but they've been re-releasing a lot of stuff in the store and then calling it like new releases. They are changing the art on the boxes and changing like the sheets that come with it. It's like the quick reference guide. It's similar to like Warcry, where they're using pictures instead of words. So that basically they can do like a multi-country print and they don't have to do like all the different languages. Again, I like the idea of that. Overall, it's a good idea, but to me it just seems like a cheap way to basically reprice all their stuff, because as it comes back out, they're jacking the prices back up on a lot of stuff. So you're getting nothing extra but like some new box art and a little pamphlet that you're going to throw away, and they're charging more money. But I have a feeling they were just going to raise the prices anyway. They've been essentially just waiting for stock to run out in their store and then quote unquote re-releasing the items or doing new releases on the items, but then they just push the price up. So it's just their way to like cleverly raise prices. So I think it's honestly a good idea from a business standpoint, although I don't agree with it as a consumer. I think it's terrible because they're already so overpriced, and with 3D printing and everything getting better and better, I think they're going to push people into a lot more knockoff products and a lot more copying. If they spent any kind of money trying to crack down on the fakes, I think that would help out a lot, especially with like the Forge World stuff, but they don't seem to really like put much effort into it. So I just feel like they just keep raising their prices and keep forcing people or encouraging people to get into the 3D printing realm and whatnot. So I don't necessarily think it's a great idea that they keep raising their prices, but from a business standpoint, I do understand it. As their factories are slowed, as production is slowed, essentially if you want to make up those same total sales by selling less product, all you do is just raise the price on the product that you are selling, and it makes up that difference, and also makes for better margins because you're selling less products and you're making the same amount of money. So you have a lot less like sunk costs that are going into it, if you don't have to worry about like the actual product selling and you're just getting more money for what you're already selling for the same. So not the best business idea, but I feel like everybody that plays Warhammer is probably like hooked on the game. So you're not just going to be like, oh, I'll just go play one of the competitors' games, because there just really isn't that much competition out there. So, but as far as the models, I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to slowly see more and more people going to 3D printed models or copied models, like I don't know what they're called, recasts or whatever. The Chinese or Russian like knockoffs, but. It's very unfortunate. I think if they just closed the gap a little bit and kept everything like priced more competitively, they would sell a lot more products overall and keep people in the game, happy with the game. But that's their marketing department, that's their business decision. So we can either play the game and roll with it, or just be salty and not play the game, or be salty and play the game. But overall, they're putting out great stuff. And things get more expensive over time, so it makes sense to me that the prices are going up. But there you have it, guys. Warhammer Man in the studio with another review of the new pre-orders this week. And I'm out of here.